Again, did not attend the meeting, but Attorney General Lynch did, and she's spoken directly to how the meeting came about and what was discussed.
Wow, that answer is not satisfying a lot of people right now, including Rick Grenell, but Joe Trippi's okay with it. Good to see you guys. Rick, starting with you, what's missing in here? Is this just not going to pass the smell test?
Yeah, look, that was an incredible dance at the White House. There's a lot of questions whether the White House knew about this beforehand, if Loretta Lynch even asked about it. Look, this is more than appearances. Let's be very clear. Bill Clinton is a possible co-defendant. It was his server. Hillary told us that it was his server. At the very minimum, he is a witness. And if this type of interference, this prosecutorial misconduct happened in, say, Kenya or Nigeria or Argentina, we would be condemning this immediately, and the UN may be even taking action. This is not acceptable in a democracy. I don't care what it looks like.
So why are people willing to give the Clintons, including yourself, why are you willing to give them a pass on this, Joe Trippi?
I'm not giving anybody a pass. I'm just waiting to see what Comey decides to do. We don't even know if there's ever going to be a charge made. In fact, after eight different committees have looked at everything.
We're talking about the meeting right now.
Well, if there's never a charge, what was the problem with the meeting? They talked about golf. They talked about their grandchildren. She's under investigation by the FBI, which is overseen by Loretta Lynch. That kind of feels like a conflict. She's not named a target or is under any investigation by the FBI until Comey turns something over that says to her, hey, there's an issue here, we recommend X. There's nothing to work. There's, you know, they had
your response to that.
Well, look, my response is there is a lot to be concerned about, because especially now, if there isn't some sort of charge, we're going to have a lot of questions about this meeting. You can garner influence with somebody like Loretta Lynch by asking about grandchildren, by asking about her travel. There is an influence peddling that's going on immediately. And by the way, Loretta Lynch didn't tell us about this meeting. She was asked, and then when asked, she said she was very dismissive. She said it was just grandchildren and just travel. It turns out it wasn't. It was also about a former appointee of Bill Clinton, who was Attorney General. And it was also about Brexit, and it lasted for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think a lot of people feel like, okay, where there's smoke, there's fire. And, you know, even if they didn't go near the whole FBI investigation, Joe, shouldn't he have known better than to jump on her plane? And shouldn't she have known better and said, you know, Bill, not a good time?
There's nothing. Look, I don't get this. Comey, the FBI director, has to find there was a problem and then recommend an action to the Attorney General. Assuming just for a second, assuming for a second that Comey ever does that.
Comey also works for the Attorney General.
All of you, no, every one of the members of the GOP folks out there banging on this have said, no, Comey's a straight arrow. He's the one. He'll do what's right. He'll do what's
That
right.
has nothing to do with the GOP here.
You think this was completely,
no, of course not. Nothing to do with the GOP.
Joe Trippi.
No, look, I think I wouldn't have recommended have the president stepping on her plane to say hello, but he did.
Good. I'm glad that you at least admitted that.
And she has said, well, look, it's the whole, hey, Trish, what did I just admit? I mean, I don't understand what I admitted that? Of course.
It sounds
I think the point,
to
but
me,
you
Joe,
hadn't admitted it in the beginning.
You thought that this was all just okay, fine, hunky dory, and I'm just saying,
I think all the umbrage of coming from the right now is another political attack.
And look, it's not just coming from the right.
What are you going to do? Right?
It's coming from your own party. There's a lot of criticism from senators on the Hill. There's a lot of people uncomfortable with this.
To your point, you just said it wasn't appropriate. People are uncomfortable with this, and I'll tell you,
I didn't say it wasn't appropriate.
This is another.
I didn't say it wasn't appropriate. I'm saying, as from a political point of view, anybody would have known that the opponents of the Clintons would immediately jump on this like Rick is doing.
All right, I gotta go. I just have 10 seconds left. But yeah, they're gonna jump on it because let's face it, trustworthiness is already an issue that's tremendously showing her weakness. We just saw that in the latest Fox News poll. We're gonna have much more right after this. I'll see you guys later.